So, what's your name?
My name is Bob Kunst, K-U-N-S-T, and I'm president of Shalom International out of Miami Beach. I'm born here. I'm 82. I'm a Democrat. I'm gay. And I'm not part of all the bullshit, thank God. So where I'm at is I look at Biden and Kamala and what's happened to my Democratic Party. It's turned so anti-Semitic and so pro-Hamas and so anti-everything. They're anti-America, they're anti-Israel, they're anti-Jews, they're anti-Christians. They're anti themselves, and that's what's leading our party, and that's what they want, another 4 years of this madness. Have we completely lost our mind? So I'm looking at a whole other different set of circumstances, and I travel around the country. Next week I'll be in Philadelphia for the big debate. And I just came back from Savannah, where I protested Kamala there. I protested her in Milwaukee. I've been in front of the White House with my campaign. There's all kinds of neat places I've been to, Atlanta, whatever. And I find a very interesting thing happening. There's a break happening within the Democratic Party. I see it amongst blacks. I saw it here in Miami, Atlanta, D.C., Milwaukee, even in Savannah. There's a whole thing starting to move. It's shifting. I don't know how big it is, but it's big enough to be aware of, okay? And this I know the Democrats don't want to say. But I find the same shift happening in the Jewish community. The gay community hasn't woken up yet. But I see it in the Hispanic community. I see it in the Jewish community. I see it in the general community. Everybody's pissed to the gills. Nobody can stand it anymore. God forbid another 4 years like this. We can't survive as a country. And I see not only Civil War, but World War III. How can you be this stupid and play this game? And Biden's doing all this and Kamala's doing all this for what? The Muslim vote? So what is our message to our allies? Well, our word doesn't mean anything. You can't be trusted. And to our enemies, how about open borders? Come on in, finish us off. What's your problem? Now, Miami's a very unique scene because we went through this and we're trying to warn everybody. No one wants to listen to us. In 1980, we had the Mario boat lift. Fidel Castro empties his jails. You wouldn't believe what happened here, except we had almost 600 murders in 1 year. It created total turmoil. It collapsed the economy. People were at each other's throats you would not believe. It took us 10 years to even get to first base to recover. This is not a small number. So when you open up the borders and you're not venting anybody and you don't know, vetting, you don't know who's coming in. And Venezuela's now emptied its jails. A lot of what you hear going on with Venezuela are the criminals that they sent here. Well, every town now is vulnerable. It's not just New York or Hartford or Boston. Everybody is vulnerable because we don't know how many Hamas are here, how many terrorists are here, how many killers are here. What is your point? And then, not only do you allow the trash, but you're giving them money so that the people who are really struggling can't get it. 2 million homeless can't get it. Vets in the street can't get it. People on Social Security can't get it. But you're giving it to total strangers who want to kill us? Have you completely lost your mind? Is anybody waking up to the madness we're facing here? So I'm here. I do my marketing. This is my 8th time just at this location, but we've done maybe 100 events here in South Florida between the 3 counties. I've protested in front of the White House, Tampa, near Cocoa Beach, Atlanta, Savannah, all kinds of really neat places. And the people are on my side. If I believed the media, I'd lose my mind completely. But I'm marketing to see where's the public at. And I'm getting a tremendous support. So if I have 60 people here with me and 2 against me, I'm in good shape. Some man just gave me $200 in cash who lives here, and he gave me the cash because we want to go to Philadelphia. I said, we need gas money. He took it out of his pocket and gave it. That's not bad.
No.
Well, it's like a privilege. B, it's wonderful to know people that are on that level and understand what's going on and want us to be at a location where there's going to be press from all over the world. And I want my messages to be a challenge to Kamala and to Trump. Trump made a very important statement today. Not only is he with Israel and Kamala is with Hamas, but his statement was, the blood is on your hands. You've played such a dirty game. You're calling for a ceasefire. What does that mean? That means you want Hamas, a terrorist group that kills people all over the place, and you want it to survive, to still run Gaza and do October 7th again when you killed 1,250 Israelis, 5,000 wounded, 250 hostages. How many times are we going to go through this? You think we're going to put up with this crap anymore? And we have to listen to Biden because he says, well, I'm not going to send arms to you so that you can't finish the job. Why would you do something this stupid? Why are you not on our side to actually come across and say, let's finish with these Islamic Nazi terrorists? What is your point? This group is not just against Jews. They've already killed 100,000 Christians. They're attacking Christians in Pakistan. Who knew there were Christians in Pakistan? They're after Christians everywhere. They want a caliphate. They want to rule the world. And you're giving them the door opening. You're giving them the key to create this insanity. You're supporting this madness. What are you talking about? Because if you're not on their side, they come after us. We're all vulnerable. Doesn't matter what your color is, or your age, or your sex. I don't even get it anymore. I mean, the thing is so completely out of control. Homos for Hamas, have they completely lost their mind? And what does Hamas say? What does Hezbollah say? You need to be dead because that's our religion. But what's the point? Why would anybody be this stupid to play this game? Meanwhile, this is what God gave us. This is what millions of Jews were murdered for. We've been occupying the Holy Land for 5,000 years. We're the indigenous people of the Holy Land. And by the way, there's not one Muslim or Arab country willing to take in one Palestinian. What is that all about? How come they don't like you? What is all this crap going on? So all these demonstrations, death to America, death to Israel, death to all Jews, death to the Christians, death to God, all this, all paid for by Iran that Obama and Biden gave $150 billion to run this international insanity. What is going on here? And you know what's happening in Europe right now? The Arab Muslim scene has taken over London, taken over Paris. Everybody's freaking out in Europe. They just had a Nazi party victory in Germany, would you believe it, over last night, because everyone's so upset about the immigration issue. Well, we have 11 million that are here that Kamala wants to give free everything to. Meanwhile, how about the 250,000 Americans dead on fentanyl because they came in because of your policy? How about the 1,200,000 Americans dead on COVID because you lied through the whole thing? By the way, you as an American, you have to take a vax. How come 11 million illegals don't have to take a vax? What is going on here? They've lied through everything. And all of us are vulnerable, and we're sitting attacking each other when the enemy is right in front of us, as in the Democrat Party. And I'm a Democrat. I can't stand it anymore. What have you done? You've completely ripped off everything we stand for. And you're going into this whole leftist insanity of men having babies. Have you completely lost your mind? Trans men taking over women's sports. What, they can't form their own league? Go international, go Olympic, Disney will pay for it. Why do you have to attack women? Because of this bullshit? Are you people crazy? And it just goes on and on. Is there one thing they haven't touched, let alone her economic policy, that wants to take away? I mean, what are they talking about? When Biden took away the pipeline, that started the inflation thing. Every product is made with oil. So everybody that's struggling right now, and I know because we were up in Atlanta, we have a group here in Broward County actually, but it's also to Blacks for Trump. I've demonstrated with them many times. So we're up in Atlanta, we're dancing, we're giving out t-shirts, we're giving out flyers, and there's huge groups of homeless right across from where we were standing by the courthouse. But we're having communication, and they're telling us what's going on and what they're struggling through. And this was last year, and it's gotten infinitely worse. How can anybody watch this and not do something about it? And that doesn't come from your Democrats. They use the blacks every time there's an election. Vote for us, and then it's departure time. They're never there when you need them, but they do that to every group. So when are we going to wake up and stop the bullshit already? And tell them, enough, we're not doing it. You got into the wrong camp with the wrong people. They want to do great damage to this country, and we're not going to allow it anymore. So up yours, take a walk. And I'm supporting Trump. A, he supports Israel. B, he united Jerusalem. B, he'll go after the terrorists, finish that off once and for all. And he's not putting up with any crap, and that's why he's so important, because he's got a big mouth and he fights back. How did God spare him? A quarter-inch difference on his ear, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Obviously, God likes him. And God didn't like Biden. Gave him COVID and then threw his ass out. So what's the point? I'm saying America's in deep trouble. And we're in very dangerous times, and we all have to communicate with each other on a very different level if we're going to get through this. And I'm only hoping we can. If, God forbid, Kamala pulls us off and they steal the election again. And you know what the latest scam is? They're trying to register illegals as citizens to vote, and they're not citizens. There's only 3 states out of 50 that require you to be a citizen in order to vote. Do you believe that one? How did that happen? This is how stupid we've been playing the game. And my argument to the Republicans is, find a spine and a pair of cojones and fight back already. Trump is carrying all the water for everybody. Put a sticker in your car, be visible. Where are they? I'm doing my job, thank God. And I'm 82. I'm an old cocker. On the other hand, I'm having a great time. And I meet all kinds of really neat people. And the beauty of Miami Beach, and everywhere I've gone, this is a very international audience. So I speak to people from Brazil and Australia and all through Latin America and all through Europe and Canada and all across America. And they're all on my side, and they didn't buy the bull. And they're not listening to all this crap from the pro-Hamas and the leftist Nazis that are on the campuses thanks to Iran and Qatar paying for it. And Biden's brother has a deal with Qatar. Qatar supports Hamas. Why would you get in bed financially, Mr. Biden? Because he's not only a sellout traitor, he's a piece of dreck. That means shit in Jewish. Okay? Why would you do this to your country? And then Biden gives Qatar a 10-year military base, keeping that government in power. What, you couldn't go anywhere else in the Middle East? You had to go there? What's your point? And then they put them in charge of dealing with hostages? The whole thing is so crazy on every single scale, no matter where you turn. Now, what is the point? And the Democratic Party has sold us down the toilet. And it's tragic. I've been Democrat my whole life. My family was my whole life. Nobody would believe what's going on now.
No, you're right. No, that's well said.